darling. Elvira, Mistress of the Dark here. When it comes to comic book heroes, you can just keep your Superman and Spider-Man and all those other spandex-suited goody-goodies. I like my guys to have a touch of devil in them. That's why I like a sinister superhero like Spawn, who's on a first-name basis with Satan himself. I mean, he's my idea of a hell of a fella. And now you can meet his daddy. No, it isn't Beelzebub. It's Todd McFarlane. Born in the cauldron of hell, the angst-ridden superhero Spawn became the biggest news in the world of comic books during the 1990s. The Crimson-Caped Avenger is the brainchild of Canadian-born comic book wizard Todd McFarlane. In McFarlane's world of monsters, life is a helter-skelter nightmare of unremitting terror, where heroes face an eternity of torment.
I've always found that the heroes that have to conquer a lot of quest and a lot of moral dilemma are more interesting to me, and more importantly, they're not necessarily Boy Scout heroes.
Todd's love affair with comic books began as a teenager. It was an interest that soon became an obsession.
When I opened up that Pandora's box, it was like, wow, first Marvel characters, then DC characters, and then all the independents. It consumed me for a while.
In 1984, after a promising baseball career was cut short by injury, McFarlane became a comic book artist commissioned to draw such childhood heroes as Spider-Man, Batman, and the Incredible Hulk. Not content with just drawing these iconic figures, he founded the Image comic book company in 1992 and unleashed upon the world his own classic character, Spawn. Spawn is the dark story of Al Simmons, a government assassin who's murdered but resurrected from the grave after making a deal with the devil.
He's not a hero. He's not pre-built or preordained to be a hero. None of us are. Spawn
was an immediate hit. The first issue of the comic sold an astounding 1.7 million copies. The tragic character and his cohorts became so popular that Todd decided to spin them off into quality action figures. But the task of recreating his gruesome cast of characters as toys was easier said than done.
The reason for starting a toy company was I knew that the big guys didn't understand Spawn enough to understand what kind of toys to make, to understand where to market them and where to place them. I was trying to just wait for one spark of some of them to break out of their traditional 80-year toy selling mode, and not one of them ever did.
McFarlane revolutionized the toy industry by bringing to it an exacting attention to detail never seen before. Today, his line is the measuring stick by which all other toy manufacturers judge themselves.
Let's talk about quality. Why do my toys look better than the other ones? It's very simple. Clay has no thought process. It's an inanimate object. It will go into any shape you put it into. So if you put it into a ugly looking shape, it will come out ugly. And if you put it into this cool, detailed, real neat one and you put some cool paint on it, it will look exactly the way that you want it to. We've got the best sculptors in the business working for us.
Today, McFarlane action figures are among the most sought after in the world. Not surprisingly, among the most popular are the villains from the Spawn comics, including the infamous Violator.
His main villain, the Violator, is this little fat little clown that I just thought would be sort of comical to some extent, that this little midget guy would come up to him and go, I'm gonna pound you and rip you, and he's just going, what? Like a chihuahua that barks at you. And then when the thing actually turns into this formidable villain, it's like, whoa, I better get ready.
Spawn also has a devil of a time battling the dreaded Malboja.
Malboja is a devil, not the devil. Because Spawn tried forever. It took 100 issues for him to finally rid himself of this thing called the devil. And he's going to find out that Malboja is just one of many.
But Todd's action figures are not limited to just Spawn comic characters alone. Modern movie monsters like the Sentinel from The Matrix and the Predator are also getting the McFarlane treatment. When designing an action figure, Todd meticulously watches the original film, looking for a golden moment when a creature's character and body language are definitively revealed.
Jaws. He's called Jaws for a reason. So we made the one toy of him, and we picked the moment where he jumps on the back of the boat, because you get to see the big teeth then. And the boat comes up, and they start sliding. Remember, Quinn starts sliding into the mouth? It's kind of cool. Steven Spielberg is really impressed with that toy. The Alien Queen's golden moment, obviously, is when she comes this close to Sigourney Weaver. Now, you got to do it isolated, so she has to be big, imposing, and hunched over, because why? To me, she's somebody you're always going to be looking up at. Freddy Krueger's just, to me, just a creepy guy. He's really about body language. It has to be, Dracula, sort of that Dracula body language. Dracula is way more interesting when he pulls the cape across and you just see his red eyes.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's killing machine, the Terminator, has also gotten a McFarlane makeover.
Arnold, he just has to be the dude, the guy that when you first see it, he has to have that pose. It has to be regal. So again, to me, the true heroes should be the guys that when they walk into a room, everybody looks and goes, oh my God, the king has arrived.
Terminator 3 produced a Terminatrix.
Well, the villain in that one, she's a beautiful woman. She's got that bionic hand on her, and she had sort of a nasty look to her. There's a sense that when you got an arm cocked, it's easy to come forward. And you're threatening by bringing the hand back.
Todd has even done his own interpretations of the classic monsters of the 1930s and 40s.
Frankenstein and Werewolf and the Mummy and Dracula, they've sort of just always been there. And now, as time goes by, there's so many versions of them. There's so many reinventions of them.
In the end, Todd and his team are happy if they can pronounce the final product cool. Because cool is what the entire McFarlane empire is built on, and what fans have come to expect.
I think we're sort of thrill seekers by nature, and we like rushes of adrenaline. And when you watch sort of good monster movies, or you see, horror, suspense, thrillers, all of that does it. I'm not doing anything magical. I'm just going, when I was young, would I have thought this was cool? And I just keep doing it.